us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Arizona Cardinals. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Again, it's Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now they'll throw it with Palmer. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard. First down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll run it with Johnson. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They go play action now. Palmer. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And tough starting field position here. Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Carr now to throw. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. On second down, Lynch. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Cooper, the man in motion right. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Carlos Dansby in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Arizona's offense back onto the field. Earlier we were talking about the quarterback position, a big decision coming up on that spot. But, you know, Cardinal fans and fantasy football owners, I guess, so disappointed when David Johnson went down in the opener with a fractured wrist, wound up missing the season. That kind of got overlooked in 2017.
It certainly did, and it was the first big domino in why the Cardinals didn't really make a run at the playoffs this year, because of David Johnson's ability to run it and catch it and initiate all the offense that the Cardinals wanted to run. The defense still held up. Calais Campbell went to Jacksonville. The defense was still 6th in the league. But offensively, we're not nearly the same team.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Johnson. And an alley to run. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 54 yards on the ground. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll run it with Johnson, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. but I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Now on 4th down, Bruce Arians will send out his field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. And we were scoreless up until this.
Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along, or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people participating. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also not.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game, and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
On first down, it's Palmer. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Bruce Irvin able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. So what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
He had to go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Cooper will come in motion right. Now Carr throwing on second down. Flushed out right. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. Slot man moves right. On play action, it's Carr. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Edmund Robinson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Palmer gives to Johnson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
They go to Johnson again. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Cardinals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And Dawson's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
They start the drive with Lynch. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Carr to throw on second down. And Cook has it, left side. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Well, if we had any questions, that run kind of answered him. He's still Marshawn Lynch.
Hasn't lost a thing. Maybe running with a renewed sense of purpose and energy after that year off. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
To throw, it's Carr. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that takes us from second to third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. The slot man in motion right. To throw on third down. Carr. It finds Crabtree for the completion. A good pickup there at 22. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Roberts the man in motion. They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Past the 20. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. And that one results in 35 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run with Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down. Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a third and long. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Marcus Golden in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is fourth and goal. So the D-line's going to spread out. Slot man moves right. Now Carr, got to have this one. That is caught inside the 5. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he cuts it back right, and he's got a crease. He's at the 40. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 98 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Cordero Patterson, the 40, the 20, 10, and he's taken it all the way back for the return touchdown. And this game just got a little crazier. They're still alive here in the final stages.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Loose, and the Raiders have it. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one out. To the 35. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
29. 694. 694. 808.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Carlos Dansby. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And they will take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll indeed take a knee.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their teams to victory. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Keenum's Vikings.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Keenum now on first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play. That's not only Adam Thielen, that's the Pro Bowler Adam Thielen, who had 91 catches this year and over 1,200 yards, a career high.
We always look for great stories when we do games. Is there a better one this season than Adam Thielen in terms of where he came from to make a Pro Bowl roster as a receiver for the Minnesota Vikings? Lightly recruited out of high school, ends up at Mankato State, which is now known as Minnesota State Mankato. Undrafted, goes to a rookie free agent tryout camp, hangs around, makes the practice squad. First he's a special teams guy, and now he's one of the better receivers in the league. I think it's one of the best stories I've heard in 2017 NFL.
On first and 10, here's Keenum. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Red zone opportunity.
Here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney. Blue, landed. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now it's Keenum. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8.
Set. Blue, landed. Blue, landed. Detroit! Detroit! No. Check.
To the air again, Keenum. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay McVay, deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Now it's Ryan. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. He got 29 yards that time. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Freeman again, a first down carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Room here to run. There he goes inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They had a long way to go. They started that drive at their own 3, and they scored 3 from it.
What an excellent job by an offense that could have very easily just said, okay, let's just take a few plays safe, punt the ball away, and play some defense. Instead, they found a way to attack and put themselves in position to put points on the board.
Vikings coming out here again to take over on offense. And this is a crew, obviously, that was so close, Charles, to becoming the first ever team to play a Super Bowl in their own stadium. So disappointment in that last game against Philly. But overall, I think they've got to be pretty pleased with the season.
They have to be because they put it all together. Won the NFC North. How about that win over the Saints in the divisional round? I mean, I don't know that they'll ever top that in terms of getting something done late in the game, especially with what was on the line. They do get Dalvin Cook back at running back next year. I think they'd still like to have a little more speed at wide receiver. But all in all, this team comes back pretty well intact and will be a force for a while.
Yeah, that defense is pretty set.
Very much so. I mean, try and move the ball against their front and then try and throw it against Xavier Rhodes. Good luck to you.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
2nd and 10. Keenum here again. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. They run. Devontae Freeman looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Devontae Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. This is Coleman. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 3rd down, that's Coleman. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
That changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Keenum now on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Falcons taking over on offense in just a second, and, you know, this year ended in disappointing fashion. Now, last year was the ultimate version of heartbreak, but if you're a Falcon fan, was this one was tough to swallow as well, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because let's be honest about it. Losing in the Super Bowl, I don't care how you lose, you were in the Super Bowl, you were playing for it all. This team was supposed to be as good or better. Ultimately ended up 10-6, found their way in the playoffs, but didn't get the deep run as they had the year before. So you're exactly right. For Falcons fans, that's a tough one. But this is a team that's built to be good for a long time.
And I think the ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Keenum. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. 1:57 to go in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Here we go now. No. Jack, Patriot. Watching that, Marty.
On 2nd and 10, Keenum. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Steps away to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Robert Alford. 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you...
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. The left side caught by Diggs. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Keenum. Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun snap for Keenum. Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that'll make it 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go now. Detroit! Detroit! 3 down. Hey, alert 3. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Check safety.
They will go for it. It's Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And here now come the Falcons. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Freeman again. Spinning away, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The Falcons averaged 34 points a game last year, tops in the NFL with that powerful offense, and they're already looking for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Brooks Reed in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of wide receivers who certainly want to be targeted throughout the game. It's Fitzgerald's Cardinals going up against Beckham's Giants.
Thank you, Larry. Coming to you from just off the New Jersey Turnpike in East Rutherford, we are just about set for football on EA Sports from MetLife Stadium. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line with the Arizona Cardinals. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On play action, now Manning. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Throwing is Manning on third down. A screen here to Vereen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They do go for it. It's Manning. He finds Beckham complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 11 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. And the back goes into motion. On first down, Manning. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
On the run, Darkwa. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Orleans Darkwa, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Rosas now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Palmer on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field. And really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Second and 10. It's Palmer again. Caught by Nelson left side. A huge play there for Arizona. 44 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. J.J. Nelson, 27 yards. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this at the 26-yard line. For the New York Giants, as their offense comes back out there, last year 3-13, and that was off from just a year being a playoff team at 11-5. They were 31st in total points, 31st in overall defense, so a lot of changes need to take place.
They certainly do, and frankly, the 11-5 season, masked the changes that are coming now because their numbers weren't that great in the 11-5 season. Somehow they found a way to win those key important games and accumulate a nice record.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And some space here. Johnson jostles free and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They pitch it out to Johnson. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now, saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, he shifts past him. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. New York set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the...
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about...
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Kareem Shane Martin from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Manning. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Here's Darkwa. And he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything has gone wrong for this offensive unit. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Back to the air on second down. It's Manning. He finds Marshall on the screen. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
In motion, the tight end. Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll go for it. It's Manning. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Palmer gives to Johnson on the draw. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Palmer to Brown, and the Cardinals move the chains.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Palmer. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Olivier Vernon in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. On third down, Palmer. And he can't hang on to it. Near. Picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. New York set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized effort. And he loses the football a second time. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be knocked down sideways. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Here's Manning to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And he will finally be taken out of bounds. They come out here in the eye. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This is Gallman. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now Manning on the bootleg. Forced out to his left. And it's caught. And he is knocked down from the side. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. One final try now for Manning. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyvon Branch. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon. .30. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second and very short here, less than a yard. Out of the gun, Palmer. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Olivier Vernon in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. 3rd down and 5. From the gun, it's Palmer. It's caught left side by John Brown. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. Flush to his right. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. B.J. Goodson leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
On 3rd down, Palmer. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. He's now thrown 4 interceptions, and I hate to mention this, but he's a guy that has twice thrown 5 in his career in a single game.
Hard to believe, isn't it? And the tough part is, playing in this NFL, you don't normally just back off totally from throwing the football, do you? So potential exists for that 5th one to occur.
Now it's Palmer. Throw left side complete. It's Brown. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Olivier Vernon able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. To throw on 3rd down. Palmer looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And Dawson missed it. He missed it. No good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Corey Peters coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. and reading your keys. You always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll go down at the 28. That throw good for 4. It's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention. Because
blitz coming, and down he goes. Corey Peters getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Throwing is Manning on third down. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Now a toss. This is Gallman. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Into the red zone now. Manning. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. On the move, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chandler Jones. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. 3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Shotgun now for Manning. And that is incomplete. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Throwing is Manning. And Ingram holds it in. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football, but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now Palmer on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but
That's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And an alley to run. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 62 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On first down, Manning in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Dayon Buchanan coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.